I'd like you to welcome my next guest. Her name is Barbara Seagull now. She's a very talented actress who originally was called Barbara Hershey, and you may have seen her in the movie Last Summer. Remember that one? And also The Liberation of Lord Byron Jones, which I didn't see, but I saw last summer. Will you welcome, please, Miss Barbara Seagull.
Crying.
Oh, yeah, you have baby backstage. Wait, is there a hock shop back here? All the instruments are going into the back. Is it all right?
Yeah.
Okay. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah. I remember you from last summer.
Yeah.
I saw that...
I hear my baby crying. It's really awful.
Ah, the kid's better off back there. Who's taking care of the baby?
A friend.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Let's listen for a moment. F sharp. Are you worried? Do you want to check?
No, it's okay. It's
okay.
It just tears me up, though.
Give the kid a shot of booze. Old W.C. Fields attitude. Maybe you ought to bring him out and calm him down.
Can I bring him out?
What? Who was that woman? What a cheap way to get on television. How old is the baby?
8 months.
Is that free?
Yeah.
Yes. That's David's and your, how do you say this? David's and yours, it's your two's babies.
Yeah.
Baby. What is it, free? Just tell Uncle Dick your troubles. Do you have any idea what he's upset about?
Because I left.
Do you want to play with the Alpo dog? Do you suppose he wants,
I have to. Yeah.
Want to do another number? I've been in television, what now, 5 years, I guess it is. And this is the first time that I have ever sung with a Cuban singer. We'll be back after this message. Stay with me. Talking with Lupe, David, Carradine, Barbara Seagull, and her son, Free, who's writing on his face. Did you breastfeed the baby earlier, or was that my imagination?
I did it.
That did startle me a bit, but it always does. I've seen that several times in my life.
Yeah.
People suddenly will do that, and I think I've learned now to be cool about it, and it doesn't bother me a bit. Does it you?
Bother me?
Yeah. Probably presented the censor with a unique problem that'll keep him up for 3 days. You grew up in Hollywood too, didn't you, Barbara?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is, I can't conceive of that. To me, Hollywood was never Neverland when I was a kid. Was it for you?
No,
Can't be. No, it was home. Yeah. How can it be? May I drag you through the story of why you changed your name one more time for people who don't know?
Sure. I was doing the movie Last Summer that you mentioned.
Yeah.
And there was a seagull in the show. There were several seagulls in the show, but there was one in particular that was really a special seagull.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a female, and I really got into her. I couldn't be friends with her because they're wild and you can't tame them. But I watched her a lot. I learned a lot. I just, was really hooked into her. And they called her Barbara Seagull after me. The trainers did.
Trained seagull. It's supposed to be the hardest birds to train.
Well, it isn't trained, though. That was it. It was wild. But they tied it up and manipulated it to do things. But there's a scene in which I'm supposed to throw the bird up in the air and try to teach it how to fly again after it was wounded. Mm-hmm. And the bird was really traumatized, and it wouldn't, kept landing funny. And by the end of the scene, I threw it up in the air, and it fell down, and I broke its neck. And when it happened, I felt a rush go into me. I felt that she went into me. I felt altered. And
what was the sensation? You felt like the soul of the bird came into your...
I really did.
Your own?
Beyond that, I can't,
Yeah.
And I wanted to change my name from then on, but managers and people like that said you couldn't do that. After 4 years, I finally decided I had to. That's the story.
People told you not to do it?
Yeah.
Or they said it'll go away, or you'll...
Yeah, they just,
Yeah.
you know, thought I'd be laughed at.
Wasn't that the scene? Didn't the bird have a hook in it in the
Yeah.
plot of the story?
Yeah.
Yeah. How did they do that? Or did they find a bird that had a hook?
No, it was all phony, you know.
Yeah.
Phony blood and phony hook. And
It's very realistic.
Yeah.
Sometimes in a film, those things are so realistic that they're too realistic because you worry about the bird or the actor if the actor gets hit too hard or something, and
Yeah.
it takes you out of the scene.
well, I killed the
very
bird.
fu-
That's pretty realistic.
Yeah. But that wasn't... Of course,
Intended
people seeing the
not.
movie didn't know that.
No,
Yeah.
and it didn't happen.
Who did you
on-
blame for that?
I blame the director, and I blame me. I blame me because I wasn't brave enough at the time to stop the scene, because I could tell that the bird was getting weak, and I was just, you know, new in making movies, and I was afraid to say, I won't go on, you got to bring in the other bird. And I blame the director. I blame Frank Perry, because he knew it too, and he didn't care. He wanted to, it was a low-budget movie, and the trainer was afraid. It was a low-budget movie, a lot of pressure and all that stuff,
I
and
know.
we all succumbed to the pressure, and we killed a bird.
I know that situation because the trainer's afraid he won't get another job if he protects the
Right.
animal, and I like to have animals on the show, but I've seen that danger.
Yeah.
Because they'll take chances with them because they want the
I
exposure.
felt
you know.
bad about the wolf, you know, because this
Yeah.
poor wolf couldn't obviously understand what was happening to it. David, you know, pouncing it.
Right. The man was acting like the wolf is thought to act and doesn't.
strange.
Ironic.
The same thing
yeah.
with little kids in movies, you know. I feel like that about them too.
Yes, they're traumatized by those things they call their mothers. The women who well, I've seen sights I wouldn't want to describe with a child here,
Too.
and theatrical mothers, unbelievable. Let us take a pause, as we often do. We'll be right back.